Let's get these cups of tea going before we start.
What's up?
Anita Max Wien.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the match.
Wow. So what's the series that you're...
So what should we call it?
I don't know.
Welcome to proper cooking.
No, that's lame. Get lost in the sauce. No.
Lost in the sauce?
No.
Why not?
That's just... I don't know.
So we're going to do a series on how I cook at home, and I want to help you guys level up your cooking at home. You know, just showing you inexpensive ways to make your home cooking better. Basically, that's the goal. Super simple, easy. So let's start with the shakshuka. It is 1:20, but nice little breakfast dish. Not a traditional shakshuka, I'm guessing, because why would it be, right? We've got red onion. I pick a small one because I think I'm using this lovely little new pot I got from Le Creuset. Sponsor us, send me a big one. Anyway, back to the shakshuka. So we're just gonna slice up an onion. Doesn't have to be crazy thin, doesn't have to be crazy accurate. Heat going on. We're gonna sweat these off. Don't wanna get any colour on them really. We're gonna soften them up, loosen them up a little bit. Gonna do some garlic, smack them, like that. Make it easier to get the skin off it. Unsheath the garlic cloves. Chop it up fine-ish. Not too fine. Not trying to burn anything. So at its heart, shakshuka is basically almost like a stew, I guess, with a couple of eggs in it, basically. So red onions, garlic, got a red pepper. I found a chilli in the fridge, it's a bit old. I'm gonna use that. Tin of chopped tomatoes. I've got a little bit of thyme, some parsley. Got some fresh free-range eggs from our local farm shop. Obviously, buy local. Support farmers. Support shops.
Big up the shots.
Big up the shops. Olive oil. So the basics are olive oil and paprika. That'll get you there. I'm gonna add a few extra bits. A little bit of harissa. A little bit of ras el hanout, some Old Bay. Got some nice Chianti wine vinegar. Really tasty. But this is just sherry vinegar. Cheap, cheerful. A bit of dried oregano. Some sumac, fennel seeds, and cumin seeds. You can find these in pretty much any supermarket. Wait, don't mention the names because they're not paying me. Oil's hot. Olive oil. Good bit of olive oil in there. Don't be shy with it. Because we're heading to the Mediterranean or the Middle East. Don't put that down. So I'm obviously using a very small pot here. You don't have to. You do this in a frying pan. As long as you've got a lid for it, you're good to go. I'm going to use smoked Maldon. You just use normal sea salt, kosher salt, whichever. Add a little bit at the start. Going to help draw the moisture out of the onions, stop them from scorching, help them cook a little bit more evenly. Whilst that's going, let's get our chilli. So I've just nipped the top off. And sometimes you want to keep the seeds, sometimes you don't. In this case, I don't. So I'm just going to slide off that middle bit, just like that. So I'm just going to slice this really thin. You can just use chili flakes if you want to, if that's what you've got. You don't have to add chili if you don't like it spicy. I think this chili's kind of mild, so we're not talking about like Uncle Baby Billy's ass rippers or whatever they have, you know, keep it simple. Look, so we're starting to soften up. You see? Starting to get a little bit translucent. Heading in the right direction. Now at this point, I'm going to add a little bit of fennel seed, a little bit of cumin seeds in there as well. Adding it at this point just so it gets that oil nice and fragrant. Yeah, beautiful. Gonna go in with the garlic and chili as well at the same time. Give that a little stir. Let those guys all get to know each other. And start to get fragrant, you know. Next, pepper. So it's a little bit tired. It's fine. What I do, super easy. Cut along the outside of it so you can avoid that middle bit. Get yourself some nice panels of pepper to work with. Now for this, just want to cut it into strips. So you can knock that heat down a little bit. Everything's softening up, getting very fragrant. Now what I'm going to do at this point, get a little bit of harissa. This is apricot harissa. Very nice. And at this point, so it really cooks into those onions. Little bit of Old Bay. Fucking love this stuff. Use it on anything. Anything, everything. Fucking want it on your eggs, you want it on your chicken, you want it on your pork. Piece of fish maybe, potatoes, bang bang. It's just really good. This is the classic OG, the lemon and herb. There's a hot one here as well. All right. Next, a little bit of smoked paprika. So this is what really makes a shakshuka pop. A little bit of ras al hanout. I think it's just fucking lovely and fragrant. So, just wanting to cook all those spices, get them really into the onions. Otherwise, they'll just sort of sit around, you know, not evolved properly. So just a couple of minutes cooking all those spices out. Pepper's going in. Give these guys a little mixy. Just gonna let them soften up for a couple of minutes. Just gonna add a little bit of thyme in there. Completely optional, but I think it's really nice. That base getting darker, flavour's starting to deepen. This is what we want. Flavour starts from the bottom up, you know, from the ground up. So go bam, 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 bam. Can't just go in straight up here because you'll fall over. Right, next, go in vinegars. So I like to use vinegar to help balance flavours. So, you know, this could be like quite a rich, sort of strong flavoured dish. Add a little bit of vinegar or lemon juice, just for that acidity. It helps to round everything out, you know. Just let that reduce ever so slightly. Won't take very long. Chopped tomatoes. Find the best that you can afford. You know, you don't have to go crazy with it. You're not trying to win awards here. Just trying to make some nice food at home. Just about gonna fit. Give this a little stir, nice and gentle. Get all that tomato towards the bottom. Right, get that back on the heat. Gonna cook that out. So all this liquid that we've got from that tin of tomatoes, we just want that to thicken up and turn into a nice, thick gravy. Whilst it's on the stove reducing, you want to keep stirring it often, just so that bottom doesn't catch. So we've got this bunch of kind of old, a little bit tired parsley. You could pick it off the stalks if you really wanted to. I just tend to take out the big ones. So when it comes to chopping herbs for me, stuff like parsley, what I tend to do, scrunch it up to a nice tight ball and then just slice through it. Nice and thin, like that. So got it like that, squish it back together. Turn it around a little bit, push it all in, and go again. That's basically going to be as chopped as you're ever going to need it. There you go, chopped parsley. Done. Have a little stir. Now a little bit of sumac. Add a nice little zesty element to our shakshuka. A little bit of dried oregano. Give that a little mix. We'll have a little taste, see where our seasoning's at. Don't worry about a little bit of mess. Can't bake a cake without breaking a few eggs. Can't make an omelette without breaking a few Gregs. So pretty happy with the seasoning. Got a bit of warmth coming through from our chilli at the end. See where we've reduced from. That gravy's thickening up. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add our eggs. Always good practice to crack your eggs into a little bowl, little ramekin. One of those goo pots that you've been hoarding. That's what I like to do. Make a little divot. So push it in, drop the egg in, like that. And we'll do that again. On the other side. Slip that in there. As you can see, that white's just starting to cook from the residual heat of our gravy. Just pop a lid on. So it's probably going to take about maybe 3 or 4 minutes. We'll have a little look at it, see where we're at. I always want to keep that yolk nice and soft. So this has been on a low heat just after a couple of minutes, see where we're at. You see our eggs just starting to cook, a little bit off, don't worry. Pop that lid back on, let it do its thing, you know. So we're going to eat ours just with some nice crusty bread. Got a couple of ciabattas, a couple of those bake at home ciabattas from Costco. Good value for money. It's like 10 for like £2.50 or something. So as you can see, that white almost cooked. Let that finish. So I'm going to pull this off now because I think I'm happy with that. So that's probably been 7 or 8 minutes maybe. You gotta just judge that by eye. Depending on the size of pan you're using. If you're using an obviously too small pot, it could take a little bit longer. You just don't want to overcook that yolk, you know. Right, knock the heat off, pull it off, finish with all those fresh freshly chopped parsley. Get that in there, chuck a load on the stove. A little bit of lemon zest on there. So super versatile recipe. This one's a vegetarian version, but you can add chorizo. Got some sausage knock around, maybe a bit of bacon if you really wanted to in there. Then you got like a nice fancy bit of andouille. Some people move like that. I don't know. World's your lobster, you know?
Oyster.
Lobster. Nice little bit of butter. Rock hard out of the fridge.
That is a crime, though.
Wow.
The way you've done that.
Look at that heat. Find that little eggy boy. Look at that. Beautiful. Don't worry about that. That's the money shot, baby. It's pretty fucking nice. So that's the shakshuka done. Thanks for watching. This is our first video. We're just sort of feeling our way through it, seeing what works, what doesn't. You'll find a link to all our socials and everything in our description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're gonna try and carry on with this series of like affordable home cooking, just jazzed up a bit, keeping it simple but full of flavour. And there we go. Welcome to Lost in the Sauce.